Yo, 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 yo. Good morning,
Charlamagne sounds different.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Hey, good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God, peace to the planet. Guess what day it is? Guess what? Oh, no, it's Friday. It's Friday!
Yeah, why'd you just do the hump day?
Because I don't do that part of the show. That's Charlamagne. He's running a little late. Traffic was a little crazy this morning out here.
Why? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know if it was accidents. I don't know if people are getting out of town because, of course, this is a 3-day weekend. But traffic was a little crazy this morning.
It's not a 3-day weekend for us.
Not for us, but for, I believe, federal workers, banks, things like that, they have off. So, not for us, though.
Well, I'm in the A. I'm in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have any traffic problems out here this morning.
No? I was. You went last night. You went to T.I.'s listening session. You also went to the Trap Museum. How was all that?
Yes, I went to the Trap Music Museum. As soon as I got off the plane, I was like, let me go here now. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Tracy from Epic who set everything up. And it's a good thing I went when I did. First of all, the Trap Museum is a dope idea. Like, I had no idea what to really expect when I got there.
Right.
But first when you walk in, there's like a whole timeline of trap music and how it first started, when the phrase first came about. Mm-hmm. There's all kinds of information on the wall. And then as you go through, each artist that he highlights has their own exhibit.
Right.
And there's different rooms like a kitchen where you might start up, where every trap artist would have started off in the kitchen cooking things up.
Gotcha.
There's bricks and everything in there, a stove, a scale, all of that stuff. There's even a prison cell that they have as part of the exhibit, and different profiles of artists who have been incarcerated and things like that. It's like a lot of different things, all kinds of information.
Charlamagne the God, we are the Breakfast Club.
What's happening? Good morning. Happy Friday, goddammit. Devil, damn it, whatever.
Don't forget, get it off your chest is after this. So if you want to, if you're pissed off, you need to vent a little bit, or you want to spread some positivity, 800-585-1051. Get on the lines right now. But let's get into some front page news. What are we talking about, Yee?
We're talking about Kavanaugh because today is the day they are voting whether or not he will make it to be a Supreme Court justice. Now, if you guys remember, some of the things that are coming into question for people, because this wasn't part of the FBI investigation, was whether or not Brett Kavanaugh lied under oath about drinking. Now, here's what he said originally.
I drank beer with my friends. Almost everyone did. Sometimes I had too many beers. Sometimes others did. I liked beer. I still like beer. But I did not drink beer to the point of blacking out, and I never sexually assaulted anyone.
Now, originally, this all started with the accusation of sexual assault from Christine Blasey Ford. She says that he assaulted her at a high school party back in the 80s. He's denied those misconduct allegations, but he's also said certain things about himself and what he was like growing up and being a college student and even a high school student. Well, one of his roommates from college, Jamie Roach, actually testified, and here's what he had to say about Kavanaugh's drinking.
Because not only did I know that he wasn't telling, the truth, I knew that he knew that he wasn't telling the truth. My recollection of my experience with him was that he was drunk frequently, that it wasn't drunk to the point of having trouble getting up every month or two. It was frequently. I would say with some confidence it was at least once, maybe twice on the weekends. It may have even been during the week.
Well, if he was drinking that much and blacking out, he probably really don't remember.
Right. And by the way, this is CNN, not under oath. he wasn't testifying. But yes, that was him, his old roommate on CNN, saying what he recalled and him stumbling into the room all hours of the night. So people are basically saying that you're supposed to be a Supreme Court justice, but you're supposed to hold you to this high standard of having people's lives in their hands and honesty and truth. And if you're lying about yourself, well, he himself, Brett Kavanaugh, has said that he was very emotional last Thursday. He said, more so than I have ever been. I might have been too emotional at times. I know that my tone was sharp and I said a few things I should not have said. I hope everyone can understand that I was there as a son, husband, and dad.
Yeah, I don't know who's telling the truth and who's not telling the truth, but I do know that there's no need to lie under oath. Drinking in college, like who can't relate? At all. I didn't go to college, but I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all that did go to college can relate to heavy drinking.
A lot of
college.
people did. A lot of people heavy drinking, heavy. Even when I DJ colleges, it's always heavy beer, heavy drinking.
And you drink things like grain alcohol that are definitely way too strong, way stronger than you anticipated. Now, retired Supreme Court Justice John Paul Stevens said yesterday that Brett Kavanaugh, who he once had said was praised and everything, and he talked about him in one of his books. He said that he does not belong on the Supreme Court now, so he has had a change of heart, it seems like. He said, at that time, I thought Kavanaugh had the qualifications for the Supreme Court should he be selected. I've changed my views for reasons that have no relationship to his intellectual ability. I feel his performance in the hearings ultimately changed my mind.
Yeah, I mean, if he's lying under oath now, then that's a character flaw that he's dealing with in his 50s. So if you are lying under oath in your 50s, then yes, you do not not deserve to serve on the Supreme Court. But I just have a fundamental problem with us, holding people accountable for actions they may have done when they were in college, especially something like drinking. Like what person did not drink heavily in college?
Well, he's not admitting it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. If he's lying under oath about something like that in his 50s, he's not fit to serve on the Supreme Court.
Right.
Like if he got on that stand, he was like, yes, I did drink heavily when I was in college. It was college. I was a kid. That's what I did. I've grown. I'm evolved. I don't do that anymore.
Well,
Cool.
We'll see what happens today when it's time to vote. And it's a lot of pressure for people because imagine being a Republican and having to vote on this and being somebody that votes against Kavanaugh. They said for that, your career could be over.
Kavanaugh's getting in. Who want to bet? Let's bet a protein.
Yeah, so
he's definitely getting in.
It's going to be too hard to vote against him. So we'll see if anybody decides to take a stand.
Nobody's taking a stand. Kavanaugh's getting in. I'll bet a protein shake on it.
All right.
Okay, with almond milk. And banana and peanut butter and honey.
I'm with you. All right. Well, that's front page news.
Matter of fact, colonic on me for anybody who I even perform it myself. If you want to.
What?
Who wants to gamble?
Nah, I'm good.
Anybody want to gamble? Anybody want to take this bet? Kavanaugh's getting in.
All right.
What?
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up right now. Maybe you pissed off. Maybe you had a bad night, bad morning. Maybe you were driving and somebody ran into the back of your car and you pissed off and just messed your car up. You hopped out the car because you pissed off and then it was an old lady and you felt bad. So you didn't take her insurance, so you just said, I'll fix it myself.
So that happened to you?
I'll explain when we come back. Get it off your chest. It's the Breakfast Club.
I can one up on you on this week.
What?
Go ahead. You tell your story and I'll tell mine. I got a better one.
All right.
And then I'll tell mine.
All right. We'll do it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club.
Whether you're mad or blessed.
So you better have the same energy.
We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
All right. Well, let me tell you what happened to me. Yesterday I was driving a nice vehicle, one of my nicer vehicles, and somebody crashed into the back of me. And I was pissed off. I hopped out the car. You know how I love my vehicles, keep them clean. And with those type of cars, if you get into an accident, it's always bad. It lowers the value. So I hopped out. I'm pissed off. And the lady looked like she was about 70 years old. Black woman. Just got off of work. She looked like she was tired. She might have just nodded off a little. And I was like, she was damn near crying. And I was like, ma'am, have a great day. She was like, you sure? You don't want to? I was like, nah.
So you didn't get her insurance?
I didn't get insurance. I'm going to eat that. You know what I mean? I'm going to eat because she looked so upset and so distraught. Her car was kind of beat up. And I was like, you know what? She looked like she's having a bad day. I was like, ma'am, you have a great day. She was like, really? She was like, God bless you. But it turned it around. I got to pay for that damn car. But I was pissed the F off, man.
Light work. Okay,
that's about a $4,000 damage.
The other night after my Venom movie screening, I went to GNC, and the reason I went to GNC is because when you get colonics, they take out all the bad bacteria and good bacteria. So I had to go get some 25 to 50 billion probiotic, to put the good bacteria back in me. So I'm with my driver, salute to my man Ali, and Ali pulls up to the GNC, and I'm sitting there for a second, and as I go to open the door, a biker is riding by me.
Oh my goodness!
Right. So I don't know if the biker swerved the move out of the way of the door,
you killed the biker,
or he was swerving to move out of the way of the car that actually hit him. But he hit my door a little bit, and then all I see is the bike spin around, him go flying in the air, and him just tumble, and he's just laying there because I think his arm was broke. So I'm just sitting there staring at him, and I'm like, yo, you good? And the car just kept going.
Right.
So then all the police come and the fire trucks come and they're asking us questions and they're asking me, did I see the car? I'm like, no, I didn't see the car because I got out the car. So they asking the guy what happened and he can't really speak English. So he's like, door open, car hit me.
Damn.
Car hit me, door open. I'm like, look, I just need something, to fill my empty butt.
Right.
I'm just trying to go into GNC. If I can help this young man, I will. And I'm like, look, is he okay? They're like, yes. I'm like, do y'all need me? They're like, no. Bye. Nothing I can do. What can I do for the man in that situation?
So you almost killed the biker?
No, the biker almost killed himself. That's the moral of the story. Yes.
But did you get the stuff for your butt?
Definitely got the stuff for my butt.
Nah.
25 to 50 billion probiotic that puts the good bacteria back in your gut.
Gee, can you beat this story?
Well, it's not something that happened to me personally, but somebody very close to me got in a car accident. The car behind him hit him so hard that he hit the car in front of that car hit the car in front of that car. Then he got out and he started feeling like he was going to throw up. And they did a police report and everything. He ends up going to the hospital and he has a concussion.
Damn.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
My story wins.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I had a broken arm. Okay. You didn't have a broken arm in your story.
I didn't have a broken arm in my story. I got a broken bumper. Hello, who's this?
Hi, my name is Naya.
Hey, Naya, get it off your chest.
So, I have a problem with Westbrook City Schools. Last week, my child is 7 years old, and he got kicked off the school bus and left by himself, alone, unattended, not to an adult. And my child got brought home by a stranger, y'all. And I'm so mad. I'm so frustrated because the bus driver still works for Westerville City Schools.
I had a situation like that at one time, but I mean, he didn't leave my son. Well, first of all, this is going to sound a little crazy, but is the boy's dad in his life?
We're separated and he lives in a different city. So when I told his dad, he was infuriated and like almost infuriated with me. I'm like, I didn't do anything. I was at work.
Yeah, the reason I say that, you need to go have a conversation with that bus driver. You need to have an aggressive conversation with him. There's no way you're going to leave my 7-year-old son on the side of the street. Matter of fact, I might need 5 minutes, and I know this, you shouldn't say that, but you're going to leave a grown-ass man, a grown-ass bus driver, is going to leave my 7-year-old child on the side of the road by himself?
Now, what was the reason? Did he give a valid reason?
The reasoning they gave my child was, you're supposed to be on this other bus, and you can't be on this bus. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. I've worked for the school board, and you don't do that.
Nah, hell no.
Even if it's the wrong school, you still take. Once that child is in your care, they're in your care. You're not allowed.
Absolutely.
So I think you should go over the bus driver's head and go talk to the principal.
You should go talk to the principal. You should go talk to both of them. You should go talk to the principal, which I'm sure you did already, and make sure you go have a conversation with that.
Yeah, I talked to the principal. I talked to the superintendent. And it's just, oh, well, we're going to give them correctives, but they still got their job. What if they leave somebody else's child out there? Like, that's not okay.
Now, and you might need to go get a lawyer. You might need to say your son is having anxiety now because of this. You might need to go see a lawyer and have some legal action.
Absolutely. Like, he's low-key traumatized because a stranger walked him home. He didn't know.
Oh, my goodness. Your son could have been kidnapped. Oh my God!
Hell yeah, especially in this era of human trafficking, where people trying to buy kids from Walmart for $200,000.
Well, he needs to lose his job over that.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mom. I'm sorry.
Thank you, y'all.
Get it off your chest. 800-5.
Your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on the Breakfast Club.
So if you got something on your mind, let it out.
Hello, who's this?
Brianna.
Hey, get it off your chest.
Well, first of all, I just want to say good morning to everybody. I'm calling from Salisbury, Maryland.
Good morning.
I just want to wish everybody a productive week.
Okay, thank you, Mama.
When I think of Salisbury, Maryland, I think of Salisbury steak.
And I don't even eat that. That's like mystery meat.
I love it.
You sound like you in a good mood this morning.
I am, I'm getting over pneumonia, but I mean, I'm still just like really blessed because I didn't have to wake up this morning, so I'm just trying to go forward every day a little more positive than the last day. So.
Word is born. How you got pneumonia, boo?
I have no clue how I got it, and I had it for about a week before I even figured it out. So
it's standing online at the club with a little short skirt on and no panties.
Indeed, I got too much meat for that.
All right, Mama. Hello, who's this?
Precious.
Hey, Precious. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
All right. Why you calling this morning, Mama?
Because my girl then called me her ex's name a couple times.
Hey.
Oh man.
Hey,
yes.
shout out to your girl's ex for having that good tongue game.
No, ever. No.
Well, is she doing it in the bedroom or is it just random?
Yes, DJ. Yes, in the bedroom.
Oh, man.
You know what that means? That means that her jaw game way better than yours. So step it up, Mom.
It's not funny, Charlamagne. Excuse me. I'm off the chain. Thank you.
What's her ex's name?
I'm not going to say her name. Put her on blast.
You may be off the chain, but she can't forget her ex's name.
What's her name?
Her no credit.
What's her name? We just want to know her name.
Mama.
Okay, so
Mona, man.
So what does she say when she says her name by accident? Does she pretend it didn't happen? Does she apologize?
Yes, she pretends it didn't happen.
Oh,
wow.
And I'd be like, I heard you.
Oh, Mona.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't know why.
That's what she got to switch it like, I'm moaning.
Mona.
Oh,
moaning.
Man. Well, I'm sorry for that, Mona.
Oh, Mona. Step your jaw game up,
she gotta be like, I was just watching Love and Hip Hop, Mona.
That's crazy that your jaw game's so whack she can't forget her ex's name, though. I'm gonna be honest.
It's not whack. It's not whack.
Maybe you need some new tricks. Try a halls in your mouth or something.
A halls. All right, Mama. Thank you for calling, Mona.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
That sucks.
Yeah, literally. Hello, who's this?
This is Ziggy calling from Charleston.
What's up, bro? Get it off your chest,
843, what's happening?
So check it out. I got a gig at Walmart, right? They said I was eligible for hiring, but they didn't call me back yet. It's been 5 days.
Did you call them back?
No.
Well, maybe you should do that.
Or maybe you're not getting the job.
But you should.
Ain't right.
No, you should definitely hit them up and be like, hey, I'm just checking in to see if there was any other information that you needed and to see the status of my resume.
I passed the background check and all that, but I ain't getting no call back.
Sir, it's called a follow-up. You ever heard of a follow-up? God damn, this your first job?
No.
I did.
This is my 13th job.
Your 13th job. Listen, go follow up, bro. Stop playing.
All right.
All right.
My goodness.
But you could call us.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Tanisha from Detroit.
Hey, mama, what up, though?
Shout out
Get it
to
off
the
your
date.
chest.
Yes, I'm here spreading love and blessings. You know, it's so much negativity in the world, and ain't nobody got time for that.
I be feeling the same way all the time. That's why I keep it positive.
That's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? And even with nobody else keeps it positive, you have to keep it positive for yourself.
That's what I say. I don't let anybody else dictate what my mood is going to be.
There you go, mama. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. You can do it at any time. Now, we got rumors on the way, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now, let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Chance the Rapper.
It's about time. What's going on?
Rumor report. Rumor report. This is the Rumor Report.
Talk to him.
With Angela Yee on The Breakfast Club.
Yes, Chance the Rapper has announced that he is going to put his money where his mouth is, which is, he's very popular for that, because a lot of things that he wants to initiate, he does. He doesn't just talk about it. He is about it, and he is donating $1 million to Chicago Mental Health Services.
Wow.
He just announced he's giving that money, My State of Mind, changing the way mental health services are accessed. So that's really dope that he's doing that.
Dropping the clues bombs from my man Chance the Rapper. Mental health is definitely wealth. And I love the fact that the universe is conspiring for all of us to have these conversations about mental health. I'm glad that, you know, people are trying to eradicate the stigma of mental health, especially in the black community, because there's nothing wrong with getting as mentally healthy as possible.
Now, he also announced the new Chance Arts and Literature Fund, and they'll be contributing $100,000 to 20 more schools in Chicago. So that's dope as well.
Salute
So shout out to Chance the Rapper.
Absolutely.
Always out here doing the work.
And what the hell was Chance the Rapper doing with Joe Budden yesterday? Joe Budden, listen, Joe Budden is the king of not keeping the same energy.
What do you mean?
Because Joe, and I told Joe this when he was here last time, Joe will talk about people and say things about people in a not so flattering way. And then when he sees them, he does not keep the same energy. And nowadays he's even taking flicks with them. Why was him and Chance the Rapper in a picture yesterday?
What do you say about Chance?
He always says that, Chance is always so fake happy. He doesn't feel like a lot of the things Chance does is genuine. Yes.
Well, when you're spending money like that and raising money for great purposes, I don't see how it can't be genuine.
Can y'all please tweet Joe Budden and ask him why he never keeps the same energy with these people that he talks about, please?
But maybe he changed his mind. We always talk about growth, right?
That is true. But you got to at least say to that person what you've been saying to them in their face first, and then y'all can move on.
Because I don't know what conversation they had.
No, but you got to say it publicly. Okay. You got to say it. If you talk about somebody publicly, when you see them face to face, you got to have a public conversation with them and say it to their face publicly, and then y'all can be cool afterwards.
All right. Well, The Game, he is facing an arrest warrant because he did not show up to court. So he did not go to court for a hearing in his sexual assault case. They said he tried to claim that he was too busy. He filed some court documents saying he had contractual obligations, which also included Nick Cannon presents Wildin' Out Live. So now there is an arrest warrant for him. The judge did not agree with that and said that he was in contempt and issued a bench warrant for his arrest.
And they treating the game like the IRS. Like, you gonna pay? Are you going to
lock you up? Absolutely.
All right, and Toni Braxton. I know you guys haven't been watching Braxton Family Values, have you?
I seen this clip though. I know what you're about to talk about.
Yes, and I think this is true for a lot of people, that she loves her family, Toni Braxton. But here's the thing.
I am confessing that although I love my family, most of the time I don't like my family.
The Radio King.
Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, they wouldn't be my friends.
I don't know if I can say that about my family. I love my family, but I don't like you.
What's wrong with that? That's the truth.
Yeah. I ain't got no family members.
Who doesn't
like that.
feel that way?
I guess I got a couple family members I don't like.
Because you can't pick your family. You know what I'm saying? So technically you love them by blood, but you may not like them for any other reason. You may not like their ways. You may not like their attitude. You may not like the way they talk to people. I got plenty of family members that I love but don't like.
All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come back, a New York king of comedy, funny dude, Rob Stapleton will be joining us. We'll kick it with Rob Stapleton when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ, MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes, sir.
Rob Stapleton.
Yes, sir.
Welcome
Good
back,
morning,
sir.
man. Thank you guys for having me. Always.
He's headlining at Caroline's all weekend.
Let me tell you, man, it's my birthday weekend.
Hey.
And, see, white people celebrate their birthday that day. Black people, we celebrate for the whole horoscope.
That's right.
Yeah,
you know
the
what I mean?
whole month if we can get it.
The
Yeah,
whole
that's
month.
the horoscope.
The
You're right.
whole month.
And my
I'm doing
birthday's
it
in
up.
January 3rd. I celebrate all of January. January.
Like you should, and that's what I'm doing. This is going to be crazy. Caroline's, always being a home game is always good, always being home.
Mm-hmm.
But I got everybody coming out, Tony Rock and everybody else coming through. So it's going to be
What about your crew? Your crew ain't coming?
Yeah, what's the difference?
You know that. You know the gangster going to be there. You know Mark Vieira. I got a couple other people I can't say that are coming through.
Rudy
but
Rush.
Rudy Rush flying in. Big shout out. He's on the morning show out there in Dallas doing his thing.
With Claudia.
Yeah, with Claudia Jordan.
Yeah, with Claudia. And I also want to give a big shout out to my girl, Melissa Ford, man.
Oh, yes.
Salute to Melly Mel, Machine Gun Melly.
I'm at this time, Charlamagne, where I'm tired of Hollywood, waiting for Hollywood. Yeah. So I took the initiative and shot my own movie. Mm-hmm. And I did an independent joint, which is off the chain, called The Stuff. So I used all my favorites. I got Michael Blackston in it, Gary Sturgis, Danny Garcia, the boxer. I got Melissa Ford. Everybody knows her as being a video vixen, but she brought the heat. Like on that acting, shit. And then right after we finished filming, later on, she got in that big car accident.
Mm-hmm.
She was driving her Jeep on her way to Tank's baby shower and got hit by an 18-wheeler. And the car flipped over 5 times, cracked her skull, brain swelling and all of that, man. So
she's lucky to be alive.
Right. So while we're in the festivals doing the movies now, we've been dedicating the whole thing to her, man, in her whole getting well.
What is the stuff about?
The stuff is it's Training Day meets Friday. Mm-hmm. All right, it's about 2 guys going around doing illegal cable, and they cross paths with these corrupt cops. And one of the cops has a gambling debt with the Irish mob, so he goes to these Dominican dudes to go get the money. And he grabbed his bag. The bag comes out the window. The cable guys get it. All type of shit.
I could tell you an old school head. Yeah. Now I'm remembering illegal cable. You remember illegal cable?
Illegal, yeah. But that's the crazy part about it, because these dudes supposed to sell fire sticks, but they don't believe in that. These dudes still want the boxes with the remotes. You know what I mean?
You know who used to do my cable? Clue. Clue used to be the hookup for the
He was the cable guy?
Everybody had one dude.
Absolutely.
But you had that hookup where the cable would cut off like at 11:45.
That illegal cable guy was so valuable to everyone.
Absolutely.
And let me tell you, and they used to be like, you can't turn the box off.
You can't turn the box off. Yeah, you can't cut it off. Don't cut it off.
Cut it off. Yeah.
That's like people who had roaches. You can't cut your kitchen light off. Keep the light.
They used to send the bullets right before the fight to try to cut the fight out.
Yeah. So you have to call them to get another box. So that was a whole situation.
So who is the New York Kings of Comedy?
The New York Kings is myself, Rob Stapleton.
Correct.
Talent is just comedy. Talent. Everybody know Talent.
What up, Talent?
The gangster comedy Capone. And then we got the Latin sensation, Mr. Mark Vieira. This is the dude that brings that heat, man. This dude, and I got to follow that. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody's missing.
Yeah. We had to make some moves. You know what I mean?
Now?
Drew Frazier. Drew Frazier was part of it.
Drew gone now?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it real.
What's going on?
I'm gonna keep it real, because if you on the Breakfast Club, that's one of the things. If you ain't gonna bring it 120, you might as well not come up here. There's a situation that happened between Drew Frazier and Mark Vieira that crossed the line.
Tried to stab him.
Yeah. He tried to cross. I mean, we could take a regular argument, like a regular fight. Come on, you guys are brothers. I know when y'all having some pre-production, you're getting into arguments and all of that stuff. That's what happens with artists. But when you pull a knife on somebody and that person's wife is there, as a man, I can't ask you to come back to the table and work with that dude again and be in a safe environment.
What he said? What got him there?
You know what happened? This is what happened. We were in the show somewhere upstate in Albany. Killed the show. It is funny. I was talking to the promoter, and she was talking about how she wanted to do a 20-city tour with us because she's tired of working with the rappers, because there's always something that happens during the show or afterwards. And we're talking about doing New York Kings with BBD and coming together and doing all of this stuff. And then Drew kept saying, it's funny because Mark brought his wife and I brought my wife. Mm-hmm. So after the show, we wanted to get out of this. We don't want to, sorry about that. We don't want to do no after. We wanted to get our check, get up out of there. Drew was like, yo, we need to talk. We need to talk. So we sat in the room and we talked, and it turned into an argument. But it was funny because Mark was so dope with it, because Mark, as it escalated, because you can't start an argument here, because the only way it could go is physical at a certain point. Yeah. You got to talk and then, listen to each other. When Mark started unbuttoning his shirt and hung it up on the hanger, I said, this shit about to get real. So they grabbed each other. I grabbed Mark, threw Mark in the bathroom, came back out, and then Drew was standing with his hands behind his back. And I was like, something, I know, was he, is he bluffing? And then when I looked to saw the knife back there, I lost it. You know, the state troopers came in because we was at a state facility.
Oh my
They
gosh.
wanted to arrest, Mark didn't want to press charges, and wanted to let that situation go. But his wife was crying, you know what I mean? She didn't know what was going on because the doors are closed. You could hear all of the tables and chairs going and all that situation. But the crazy part about it is the next day, Drew acted like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying?
Like he came to the show, like, what
yeah, he came to the show like, fellas, I think it was, blah, blah, blah. It was like, yo, you crossed that line. Like,
I mean, Mark's Spanish, though. He can understand pulling out a knife in a fight. I mean, come on. Like, I'm surprised it wasn't him that pulled it out.
I ain't going there, man. Go there. You an asshole.
I'm just saying.
So they squashed it out.
I don't think they really talk since. This is I'm going public with this like for the first time in front of a few million people, but the truth is the truth, and I don't care if you throw the truth up when it lines up. It's the truth. You know what I'm saying? So we try not to throw Drew under the bus or whatever. We just kept moving. We're being honored November 1st by the Laugh Out Loud Comedy Honors. Tracy Morgan, us, Chappelle, Nick Cannon. And just from what we've been doing, they looked at the energy we've been doing with this tour all around the country, and they look to give us the honor. But it's going to be interesting because now, that whole dynamic with Drew. And it started with Gerald. Gerald Kelly was a part before, and I love Gerald, man. I ain't got nothing bad to say about the dude, but it's just business. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just how we just take care of business.
What was the name?
Talent.
So Drew doesn't come get that award too, or Gerald just...
I mean, that's a situation that, I got respect for the dudes, but I'm in this business now. I move on now, and I can't take no steps back. I'm not waiting on nobody to do nothing no more. You know what I mean? That's why I get mad at this Cat Williams and this and this Kevin Hart beef. I want to see us win.
All right, we have more with comedian Rob Stapleton when we come back. He's one of the New York Kings Club. We have one of the New York Kings of Comedy in the building, Rob Stapleton. Charlamagne?
Why do you think it is so much beef around comedians? Because I always feel like, people know how hard it is to get to that level. You should salute that.
And it's also so competitive, though. And
you know why it is? Because there's no license for this game. You could jump into the at any time. Envy's a DJ. Anybody could say they're a DJ and say, yo, Envy, I want to get that money. I've been DJ. I remember when Envy, blah, blah, blah. It's the same thing with Comedy Game, man. Anybody could just start doing an open mic and then say I'm a comedian. People just can't come up here on the Breakfast Club because they're your neighbor. You have to be somewhere in the industry and what you do.
We've interviewed some.
I don't know about that.
Some bums. We've interviewed some neighbors. Yeah, we've gotten some neighbors and said, hey, I get what you're saying, though.
But have you ever seen somebody that hasn't had to put in that much time and be really funny and talented early on?
Yeah, that goes with this internet sensations. Right? The internet dudes. I remember when I was first doing shows with these dudes, I used to hate on them motherfuckers. Vine it up. When Vine came up, you had 5 to 7 seconds to be funny. I come from doing 45 minutes as a headliner. So trying to do it in 7 seconds was unheard of. See, the thing is, real comedy comes from some pain in your life, right? Like when I started doing stand-up, I wasn't never this clown dude. Like people said, well, me, was you the funny dude at school? I wasn't. When I went to high school, I went to Catholic school. My father got arrested. I lived with my uncle. My father came back home. We got a place. I got kicked out of school, and I went to high school with Fat Joe, and then I got evicted out of my apartment. And all comedy comes from pain, right? So I got evicted. I saw my father going through some where he just really wasn't balanced. And ain't nothing like when you seeing your furniture from your crib coming out of your house, and people on your block are out there, and you act like you moving, but you didn't tell people that. But it says marshals and sheriff on the car. You know what I'm saying? That was something that I was like, oh, shit. So I moved up to Co-op City and been on my own since I was like 16, 17. And then a few months after that, my father died. My father committed suicide. And I was put in this place where I was like, what was I going to do? I wasn't really raised with my moms. I was raised with my pops, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I jumped into this comedy thing, and I got a job at the phone company. Then I got into the comedy world, and that's where I came from, and that's where I developed that, and that's where I became what I could have gotten to the drug game. I could have started doing this and that. It was something about that depression to seeing my father in that coffin that made me want to avoid that and keep it funny. And it goes, I had a story with Tiffany. When I first met Tiffany Haddish, we was in LA, and I was going through my divorce, and I had an NBC deal that was just finishing. And in LA, if you're not on a deal, you better be working on your next one if you want to eat. So me and her were doing a show at a casino, and I had just knew Tiffany from Def Jam. I didn't go way back with her, but this was years ago. And I was talking about my divorce, and I'm like, Tiff, I think I'm gonna have to move back to New York. Now, you had a casino. These motherfuckers just lost money. They don't give a they just want you to be funny. Tiffany is looking in the mirror. Now, this ain't the Tiffany Haddish we know now. This is Tiffany. Tiffany is looking in the mirror, right? I'm telling her, yo, I don't even want to go home after the show, Tiff. Like, the situation at home with my wife is just, I'm happy to be here. And she was like, yeah, Rob, I feel the same way. She said, my husband, she's looking in the mirror, putting on this makeup. She said, yeah, my husband, he's all jealous. He's just putting his hands on me. And she's covering like a black eye while she's putting the makeup on. And she says to me what she's just going through in her life. And I'm like, yo, in 5 minutes, we got to let all of this go out there and be funny. So I came up with an idea for a TV show. I was like, yo, this need to be on TV. Like some clown where people think we clowns because we're funny, but we get ready to walk right back home into a situation that we don't really want to be in.
Right, that's what they say, tears of a clown.
Tears of a clown.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got Charlie Murphy involved, and we were pitching this whole reality show. This is what I tell you, don't know what to do with comics sometimes, except a sitcom. They just don't know about this. And we were sitting there, and Tiffany was telling me how she was homeless and living in her car, and she was crying at the thing. I'm like, oh, they're going to sign us to 2-3 years. Right. Like, this is crazy. And they didn't get it. They didn't get it. They didn't get it. Like, how do you not get it? Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But, it's crazy when you see that type of situation. Tiffany was Tiffany then. And I say we had the right people, but the wrong vehicle. So I'm at this part right now where I'm like, yo, waiting on Hollywood now. I'm doing
your own thing.
Do my own thing.
And you have a GoFundMe too, right?
Nah, I got the funds.
You got everything.
Let me tell this before. Let me say this.
They're gonna call you to testify too in court since you saw Tiffany with black eyes since her ex claims he never abused her.
Can we edit that part out?
No, we'll keep that in. They got me in the lawsuit.
It was some real shit. She was telling me how she used to sleep in the car in front of Stan Lathan's house. She didn't know it was Stan Lathan's house, but she had to pick the right street to sleep in front of because she's a female in a car. So she couldn't just be in the hood. Cops used to make a move. But anyway, in this industry, man, when I decided, because I had a lot of opportunity where I should have blown and I should have had some other do. Somebody throws the alley-oop, you got to play ball, do it and run with it. So I decided to do my own thing and do the movie. But one thing you find out in this business, when you're looking for help, people will really shit on you. You know what I mean? And whenever you have to ask for money, because when you do a movie, you need investors. You know what I mean? And real, like my man JB Smooth, who I came up with, invested in me, believed in it, and did it. Michael Blackston not only starred in the movie, he used to sleep on my couch, gave me some paper to do it. But the one thing that I really got to say is the person that shitted on me is the person that I wouldn't think would be the one that shitted on me. And that was Tracy Morgan.
Really?
That was Tracy.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to keep it 100%. I ain't got no beef with Tracy, but like I said, if you throw the truth out there, I don't care how it comes back to me. When I hit Tracy, Tracy's a full-blown superstar now, where he changed his number. I don't even have his direct number. So I hit my man and said, yo, tell Trey I need to speak to him about the film. I didn't even need money from Tracy. The film's already done. It's not like I need, Trey, I need $50K or blah, blah, blah. I said, Trey, I want you to executive produce my film as I walk it into just, distribution. Trey got back to me through my man and said, nah, Trey's not interested. Now, the up part about it, I could take no. I could take somebody telling me my baby ugly if it's true. But
man, stop,
you know what I'm saying? No, for real, it's the truth. I'm a realist, and you got to be real in this.
To see it.
He didn't even ask to see this.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? But years ago, for the same project, Tracy called me 5-6 times. Yo, Rob, what's up, man? You still got that script? Him and Mike Epps was hitting me for this script. Tracy sometimes be your best friend that day, then the next day it act like yesterday didn't happen. So he hit me 5 times. Rob, I'm getting ready to call you with my manager on the phone. I want him to pitch that script to him. I got a couple of mil to shoot that. Called me back again just to make sure I was going to pick up my phone. Called me back a third time, said he's on a conference call, about to hang up. Need you to speak to him. We on the phone talking to his manager, blah, blah, blah. He loves it, hits me back, says, yo, Rob, we need to fly out in LA next week. They want to do this. I said, Trey, I'm going on a cruise. Me and my wife cruise a lot. Went on a cruise. What I hear on the cruise, that's when the accident happened with the Walmart. My man Jimmy Mack, our boy Jimmy Mack passed away. Rest in peace. And not only that, I wrote for Tracy at the Uptown Comedy Club where he started. He had a character called Biscuit that I wrote. So it's not like I'm some new who's coming in the 12th hour. I wrote Biscuit because he's 299 pounds, a biscuit away from 300 pounds. I wrote for him on Saturday Night Live. Mm-hmm. So now I'm asking you to, throw me a bone and just
help me walk this in.
Help me walk this in. Like, look at the and then tell me no. Don't just tell me no from the beginning. So I'll never forgive that.
All right, we got more with Rob Stapleton when we come back. Could you imagine doing your first comedy show and Chris Rock walks in and you have to perform after him? Well, he'll talk about it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning. Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We have one of the New York Kings of Comedy in the building, Rob Stapleton. Charlamagne?
How did you get into comedy? Like, you told us the story, but you didn't say exactly how you got into comedy.
Yeah, I mean, I was working at the phone company, saw open mic night, like how a lot of people do. Mm-hmm. Did the open mic night, killed it. It was only like maybe 24 people there. Mm-hmm. Killed it. It was like being in the casino and you put the in there and you win. This is easy.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I'm quitting my job next week. I'm like, this is easy. So this is real quick. The next week, you had to bring people. When you first start out, they had open mics, but you got to bring people.
Like
bring
5 people.
Right. You got to, there's a 2-drink minimum.
They got to pay for drinks.
And they got to pay for drinks. And that's how the club makes their money by giving you a little 5 minutes. So, on your job, everybody called you your last name. So everybody, Stapleton's doing the show. Stapleton's doing the show. I'm like, I'm going to kill him. I had like 33 people come out from the job. So I'm at the comic strip. I only had like maybe 7 minutes of material and 4 minutes was funny, 3 minutes with people laughing in between. Right? You know what I'm saying? But in my mind, so Chris Rock walks in and I'm like, Chris Rock gonna see me kill us. I didn't understand the game that if you a star, when you walk in, you get to go on right away. I didn't know that. I didn't know if they say they want to go on next.
And then you had to follow Chris Rock?
Right. So Chris went on and did 40 minutes of just like fire. And I was like, hey, I was next. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did that? Who does he know? Damn. You know what I mean? So he killed it. And I'm thinking, all right, cool. I went up there. I did so bad. You could hear the cabs driving outside. I did so bad that I saw me in the crowd looking at myself saying, get the off.
So your 33 friends didn't cheer for you?
They just looked at me with the bills in their head. And the up part about it is I had to see them the next day at work. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I made a thing to myself that was never going to happen again. Right. And one thing I learned from that is always create your own energy when you're on stage. So I'm wild and crazy. I'm sweating. I'm doing I learned to build my own energy.
Would you get out and be like, and say something about the fact that you had to follow Chris Rock, or did you just do your material?
I was just like thinking that wave was just going to ride with me, but the tsunami came and flooded out my guts. My liver was flowing. I did so bad, the waitress was like, wrap up. I made the price of drinks go up.
Did Chris Rock stay and watch you?
Huh?
Did he stay and watch?
Hell no. They don't do that. They do it and they go to the next club. He's probably on his way to the cellar after that, working on that new thing. Came into this and they left. But I taught a lot. It taught me a lot, I should say.
Early on, that's
this
good.
weekend you in Caroline's.
This week in Caroline's.
Tell them the times and everything.
Got 2 shows Friday, 7:30 and 9:30. 2 shows Saturday, 7:30, 9:30, or 10 o'clock, and 1 show on Sunday. It's gonna be crazy, man. It's my birthday. It's one of the limited times that you see me drunk in public. I really, really celebrate life now. Before it was all about just your birthday and blah blah. I celebrate life because I lost a lot of friends in the last 2 or 3 years, and none of this is just. I don't take it that it's given that there's going to be another one.
That's real.
So I really, really celebrate life now. You know what I mean? So y'all coming out, man. You know how I do.
Give me your Twitters and Instagrams and all that, right?
Yeah, hit me on that Instagram. I still do MySpace. If anybody knows. No, hit me on that Instagram at Rob Stapleton, STAPLETON. Hit me up. Get my followers up. Let's do it.
All right. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes, the Grammys Task Force. They are now inviting 900 new voting members, and those members will all be women and people of color. So they said it's a broad range of music creators, including vocalists, songwriters, instrumentalists, producers, engineers, all of those people. So we don't know if those people are going to accept that request, but they are going to be invited. So they have made some immediate changes as well. The different review committees, which determine the final Grammy nominations, are composed of 51% women and 48% people of color. Well, so they're trying to do it.
Well, you need that. We did I was sitting on a panel yesterday for Ad Week New York, and it was called Marketing in the Era of Trump. And that's what I was telling them. Like, diversity matters. Like, you have to have these diverse boardrooms, and you have to have these diverse advisory boards. You know what I mean? If you do that, then you won't make some of the mistakes that we see people make. Like Kendall Jenner handing police a Pepsi. in a commercial
You're
about
right.
rice. You know.
All right, now LeBron James has decided to get extra security at his house in LA. Remember, we told you the LAPD arrested 4 people who were going and robbing people's homes and also had a list of people that they were going to target, and LeBron James was on that list. Well, he is taking that seriously because he does have his family in the house. So now he has at least 10 armed security personnel.
10?
Yes.
Jeez.
At the house. That includes off-duty police officers. So
Light work for you, LeBron. Light work. That's light money for LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I hope they shoot somebody to teach these kids a lesson that are breaking into these people's houses.
Well, the cops also believe there are more people involved in that whole burglary ring, and they're trying to get some leads to figure out who those people are. And speaking of which, Suge Knight has been sentenced to 28 years in prison. That is for the death of that man that got hit during that hit and run incident on the set of Straight Outta Compton. So he pleaded no contest to manslaughter earlier in the month for killing Terry Carter. And he had been facing life in prison and 1 count of attempted murder in the case of Bone, who was maimed after he struck him with his truck as well. But he is sentenced now to 28 years.
Now, I will say this. I see a lot of people saying that it's a conspiracy against Suge Knight. Suge Knight killed somebody, ladies and gentlemen.
He did. I mean, it's on video.
Like, he killed somebody. Like, we gotta knock it off. All right. The white man didn't bring Suge down in this situation.
All right. And Steven Seagal walked out of an interview. Now, he was on BBC's Newsnight, and the host, Kirsty Wark, brought up the whole Me Too movement, and he's been accused of rape as well. And she asked him, you've been very much caught up in all the allegations of sexual harassment. You had a rape allegation against you, and I wonder how you deal with all that. At that point, Steven Seagal then ripped out his earpiece and left.
You obviously spend a lot of time in Russia, you spend a lot of time in America, you're making films and so forth. And in terms of your life in America, you've been very much caught up in all the allegations of sexual harassment. You had a rape allegation against you, and I wonder how you deal with all that. Hello, Steven Seagal?
Take the microphone off you.
Yeah. No, why would you walk away from that? That is true. Like, I got my homegirl, all of our homegirl, Claudia Jordan, salute to Claudia Jordan. Way before there was a Me Too Time's Up movement, Claudia Jordan was telling me stories about how Steven Seagal was trying to sexually assault her.
Wow.
At his crib. Or attempted to sexually assault her or rape her or something.
Well, he does deny all of the claims, but, there's been a few people. All right. Well,
I can honestly say I heard that about Steven Seagal way before there was a Me Too Time's Up movement. From a friend of ours.
Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come back, we have Donkey of the Day. Who you giving your donkey to, Charlamagne?
Oh, man, we need to give it to a woman who I know for a fact thought that this tweet was so fire before she sent it out.
Oh, boy.
We need Bette Midler to come to the front of the congregation. We like to have a little war with her, and I got questions.
Okay. All right, we'll do that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club.
Here today for Friday, October 5th, goes to an American singer, songwriter, actress named Bette Midler. I'm sure you've been on an elevator or in a department store and heard the song Wind Beneath My Wings. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. What you mean you don't have the Wind Beneath My Wings hook in there? I know I got it.
You want me to sing?
Go ahead, start Yee until they find it.
Did I? Damn, y'all really don't want me to sing.
Okay, Bet. Okay, all right. Turn that sadness off. All right, fart on that record.
We had to sing that at school.
It don't slap like I remember, though. It used to slap back in the day.
That was like moving up day at school when you're going from one grade to the next.
Yeah. She was in Meet the Fockers as well, right?
Yeah, she played Gaylord Focker's mom.
Okay, so basically she's an icon, all right? She's worth $230 million. She's a pretty big deal. I don't know much about her, but
she's a Broadway star,
yes.
Singer, act, everything.
Yes, she's a big deal,
She's the wind beneath your wings.
But I do know last night she released a tweet that was heavy on the mayonnaise. Okay, my God. I mean, I know in her mind she thought this tweet was absolute fire before she sent it, but it wasn't. See, yesterday protests were happening in Washington, D.C. in response to the sexual assault allegations against Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh and his upcoming procedural vote in the Senate. That's happening today, right? Yeah. So Bette Midler decided to do a little digital drive-by and spray the block one time. So she tweeted, "Women are the N-word of the world. Raped, beaten, enslaved, married off, worked like dumb animals, denied education and inheritance, enduring the pain and danger of childbirth and life in silence for thousands of years. They are the most disrespected creatures on earth," end quote. Bette Midler, I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but I need you to shut the F up forever, okay? I mean, there's so much wrong with this tweet. Women are the N-word of the world. Y'all not tired of people making 0 cents on social media? My first reaction to this when I saw it is, if Bette Midler thinks women are the N-words of the world, then what does she think of actual N-words? Mm-hmm. And why is she thinking of black people as N-words? Couldn't she just have said black people? This is why you have to hold white people accountable when they act clueless to the struggles that minorities, in particular black people, are facing in this country, okay? Because in the words of the late, great urban philosopher named Doughboy, some white people act like they don't know, don't show, or don't give a damn about what's going on in the hood. Oh, they know. They just don't show or give a damn, okay? Bette just broke it all the way down when it comes to what she knows N-words go through and have been through in this country. She said raped, beaten, enslaved, worked like dumb animals, denied education and inheritance. Oh, she knows what's happening. She's 72 years old. And what somebody should simply say to Bette is, women have their own struggles. N-words are black people have their own struggles, but black women have the struggles of both. But this is not the oppression Olympics, okay? All right. Oppression is oppression. Marginalization is marginalization. Ain't nobody getting no medals based off who's the most oppressed. Okay. You could have said exactly what you said about what women went through without comparing them to N-words. Now, Bette did apologize. And I put apologize in air quotes because it's some BS. She said the too brief investigation of allegations against Kavanaugh infuriated me. Angrily, I tweeted without thinking my choice of words. Would be enraging to black women who doubly suffer both by being women and by being black. I am an ally and stand with you, always have, and I apologize. Bette, once again, I need you to shut the F up forever. You didn't even apologize for referring to black people as the N-word. Okay? Your tweet wasn't just enraging to black women, it was enraging to all N-words, all black people. Well, not really enraging to me because I went and got my annual physical this week and my blood pressure was 110/70. Drop on the clues bombs for me. Okay. All right. You know why it's not high? Because I ain't stressing about nothing. And more importantly, I stay away from high sodium foods like mayonnaise. So I wasn't enraged. I just acknowledged that what you said was stupid. And that's what Donkey of the Day is all about. Giving people the credit they deserve for being stupid. Kathy Griffin, could you do the honors today, please?
Please give this giant jar of mayo the biggest hee-haw.
Now, you know she was trying to quote a song.
It's a song?
Yeah, it's a John Lennon and Yoko Ono song. That's the song.
We'll give John Lennon and Yoko Ono the biggest hee-haw too then.
When they actually put that song out, it was a huge deal and people were upset about it back then.
Oh, well, give him another hee-haw. And I will say, all white women who are allies, I respect you. I see Amy Schumer out there working. Bette Midler is usually on the right side of things. She just said something extremely stupid yesterday, but I think the reason for that is because she was trying to lead. And I think the leaders of all resistance in America should be women of color because they have to carry the burden of both struggles, being women and being women of color. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, white women be allies, let the sisters lead. But don't listen to me. I'm just a stupid man with an opinion. But one of the leading ladies in this country today eloquently broke it down yesterday at the protest in D.C. Please give Tamika Mallory the floor so she can explain why black women got this.
Christine Ford, when he was mocking her, there were people laughing. And you know, I'm the resident check white women person in the Women's March. So let me tell you who was laughing. White women were standing there laughing with their white husbands. It means that 94% of black women went to the polls for Hillary Clinton, someone who looks like you. Your people did not show up. We got this. Black women are in control and we got this.
Drop on the clues bombs for the resident white women checker, Tamika Mallory. Okay. All white people need a resident colored checker around them, right? To keep them in line.
Ooh.
Yes. That's all I got for today.
Well, thank you so much, Charlamagne, for that Donkey of the Day.
Okay.
Much appreciated. Now, coming up next, Pleasure P is going to be joining us. You know him from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He also was in Pretty Ricky. I guess he still is.
Can we say Pleasure P is formerly a Pretty Ricky, or are they still together?
I think they've worked on some stuff together. You can see them on Love and Hip Hop Miami together. I don't know where this is going to end up, but it doesn't feel like they get along. They've been doing shows together, though.
All right. He lost some weight, too. He was fat last time he came here, but we'll talk about all of that.
Are you fat shaming?
No, I just said he was fat last time he came here. He lost some weight. He used to be Pleasure Portly. He's not.
Oh, God.
Still a little portly, though. We'll talk about it. It's The Breakfast Club.
That's a good question. It's only, you're right. It's only been one season, so
just trying to figure it out.
What's the check like? How much you make a
the
show?
money good?
It's not a good check.
2,500.
I mean,
why you doing it, Pleasant?
I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I use it to do other things. That's all. Yeah.
I think you either over loving hip hop or you over Pretty Ricky. Which one is it?
Man, both. To be honest, everything, all of it is a headache, man. I'm not, I don't know.
Did the show bring Pretty Ricky closer together, or is it more like, it's not happening?
You gotta be mentally prepared to be back together. So I think when so much stuff happened in the past, it can never be the same.
What's up with you groups? Like, groups just can't get it together.
It's hard with all those different personalities.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. This fame can do something to people. Like, when you had it one day to this, and then now you that, and then I don't know why people can't come to a show and just do their job and
it's
go
a
home.
business. Like, yeah, it's
easy.
going to
Just
work.
I think
show
it is
up
the
to
business.
the studio, do your verse. It's easy.
You think it's jealousy a little bit?
Oh,
I don't
no,
know
because
what it
Spectacular rich.
It ain't about money, though.
Spectac getting money. Spectac makes so much money with social media and all of that stuff.
Yeah, but
like
as
that.
we all know,
He's a
always
tech guy.
It isn't always about money.
It ain't about money. I got money. I just don't, I don't broadcast what I do and things like that. I got child support and all kind of people watching me, so everybody's situation different.
We can tell by your coach you're making money.
But I'm just saying, what I'm saying? It's not always about money.
You lost a lot of weight too, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, last time you was here, you was a little more portly.
That studio life, man, catch up to you. When you in that studio, you got money. You can order what you want, drink what you want, and, it kind of catch up with you. Then you be depressed sometimes, like, I'm going to just, so.
Did TV make you want to lose weight too, though? Because you go on social media and see everybody, Pleasure P kind of got fat.
I don't care what people say. People say the worst about me. I'm to the point now, I just don't give a
You went through a lot too, like you said. That's why you changed your name back to your original name. You feel like all those rumors are behind you. No one brings it up anymore.
I mean, people still gonna say what they're gonna say. That's the hardest part for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though it's not true, you still gonna try to bring that up or whatever the case may be.
I don't even remember the rumor, to be honest with you.
I just keep working.
I didn't know. I forgot to.
That I'm a child molester and all of that kind of back in the day.
That's a terrible rumor.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't want that.
Well, I was successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was number 1 on the charts. I just got nominated for a Grammy. And I don't know, when you leave a situation, you know what I'm saying? When you leave a situation, name one story of a person that left and became successful who they didn't try to tear down, the people that he used to mess,
So it was an ex.
Beyonce.
Oh, so you saying that your own group put that out?
Absolutely.
We talked about this up here before.
You think the other members of Pretty Ricky put that out?
Absolutely. They probably won't say it, but absolutely. But
you still decided to go back?
That's what forgiveness
You're a real man,
that's what forgiveness is.
I haven't reached that level of forgiveness.
I haven't reached that level yet.
I'm getting there, though. I'm getting to that level of forgiveness, but not that level.
I had to forgive a lot, but you're going to see a lot more of that on this season of Love and Hip Hop, because I never really talk about it, because I'm the kind of person, I just keep going, but yeah, like
I'm fight one of them though, because one of them had to owe you 5 minutes.
It was a tough time, you know what I'm saying, for us to even talk, to even get back together. But once I looked at the bigger picture and everything like that, I said, you know what, we put a lot of work doing those projects and ain't really see nothing out of it. So let me try to.
Bro.
But how can you trust them now?
Absolutely.
I don't. It's just business. You know what I'm saying?
Go in there, do your verse, get on stage.
I tried, but I tried. But I did what God asked me to do. I forgave and I tried. And,
But you didn't want to get to the bottom of it and say why? You just like, I'm just going to let go and forget.
Well, I know why. It's because I was popping at the time. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't. And that's just the bottom line.
They that jealous of their brother?
Yeah. When that happened, Twitter just came out.
Yeah, I was going to say it was early.
I didn't even know about Twitter or none of that. The person who have a social media company, all of a sudden, I thought that was sealed right after the fake attorney, the fake account that they created, and all of that stuff to tarnish my name. You know what I'm saying?
And you had to lose a lot of money, endorsements.
I lost a lot of money. I lost my record deal. I had to, take that walk of descending, you know what I'm saying, downsizing in life, and but it was a good thing. I'm still strong. I'm still standing. You know what I'm saying?
What label were you signed to?
I was at Atlantic.
Atlantic, yeah.
When I left there, went to E1, was held up there, couldn't really release music. So now that I'm independent, I got a situation with Empire. I got another situation with 30 Tigers. I'm just kind of
you should have signed with whoever R. Kelly was signed with. They seem like they would have understood.
Man, the part about that is when you Google that, like if you Google my name, say I just met you, and he's a good brother, you know what I'm saying?
Let me Google him.
Like But they not they're not really bad guys. They was just
they're not bad.
Nah, that's foul, bro.
They was in a bad place at the time. I did everything. I went back to the group. I said, let's tour. Can't tour.
get to the shows and start throwing they pants in the crowd to a promoter's like, man, I don't think we want to with that. You know what I'm saying? Just it's always something.
Who the hell was throwing their pants in the crowd?
Slick did it one time. You know what I'm saying? Then another time. Then another time.
The crowd was supposed to throw panties at you. Why you throwing?
Then another time, Valentine. It's like a Valentine's Day show. Everybody dressed to their nicest and stuff. It's like a theater. He throws water at, you know what I'm saying? Like we back in 2000 and whatever, 5 or whatever the case may be. So it's always something.
But Pretty Ricky's done to you.
I thought you were doing a new album.
I don't know. I don't know if it's done. You know what I'm saying? If people get their mind right and their head right, then maybe we could do one last album.
Business-wise, it'll sell more than anything, and you think the tour will do well, so you're trying to stay just for the business part.
No, it's not. It has nothing to do. I'm not made of that anymore. I'm not made of what I can make out of a situation. It's just more so for my legacy. Like, I just want to see the fans enjoy it one last time, because we really did put a lot of work in to really get nothing out of it. But as an adult, you probably want to,
What you mean get nothing out of it?
Like, we ain't like,
Y'all ain't make no money?
I left because of
financial.
A financial situation. And then months later, now it's a rumor out, and you know what I'm saying?
Well, why didn't y'all get no money? How come you didn't get no money? Y'all were doing well. Y'all were touring.
To be honest, man, I'm not going to say that their father robbed us. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows? And I think as a young man,
you said their father robbed us?
Yeah. Their father managed a group, but he handled all of the finances and things like that came in. But who knows who he owed to even get us there? So to this day, I respect him, because if it wasn't for his money, we wouldn't have even been noticed to anything like that. So who knows? But at the time, it was, he robbed everything, show money, this and this and that and that. So you got the other members now. They're like, man, did he rob us?
So there was no accountant.
Yeah, for me, I'm just trying to think of it in the best way possible, which is, if it wasn't for that man money, I wouldn't be in a position to even be here right now. So, You know what? I just look at it like that and keep it moving.
Is there anybody in the group you get along with?
I get along with everybody in the group.
No, you don't.
I just don't I just don't get along with what they did. You know what I'm saying? And for some reason in the past, like when I do things like, okay, I pay for this studio time, and we got Rico Love, and we got all these people that want to work with us, and we I put in that time or whatever, and then you not do your verse, it make me feel some kind of way.
Right.
Knowing that I forgave you, and knowing, you know what I'm saying, everything. Like,
after they did you wrong.
Yeah, after all of that, like we done been through all of that. And you still on that. Come on. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right, we got more with Pleasure P when we come back. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Group Pretty Ricky. And, of course, you might know him from Love and Hip Hop. Pleasure P is in the building. You need a hug, Pleasure P, man. All the stuff you go through, bro.
I've been through a lot, man. But I'm still standing. You know
Are you happy?
Of course. I'm happier than ever now, because before I had the wrong people around. They were around for the wrong reasons. I mean, it's people who wouldn't even take a picture with me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because of what they heard. I don't know, like, I got a 14-year-old son, so I kind of look at him, and that's like my inspiration every day to just, keep going and, show him, like, continue to show him what a man looks like and how you deal with the world. You know what I'm saying?
This business will make you have a breakdown, boy, when things like that happen.
If you let it.
You say you was depressed a little, though.
I was. But, everybody, is light at the end of, every tunnel.
When does Love and Hip Hop Season 2 start again?
It starts in January, so get ready for the you know what I'm saying? There's plenty of
Got some intel.
You know it's gonna be some bullshit.
Listen, they are the kings of editing some shit. Like, I was meeting a girl at the same time she was cooking for me. Like, these are 2 separate days shot on.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, it's TV. I thank everybody for just even giving me the platform to even do what I'm doing.
Have they ever tried to make you do something that you didn't want to do? Like, I'm not doing that.
Nah, of course not.
They never even asked you? Like,
film with Pretty Ricky.
I film with them. I don't hate. Like,
yeah,
it's not. I don't hate anybody. I'm just telling you the past as of what happened, and I'm over that.
Is Slickum the bad apple that's spoiling the whole bunch?
Nah, he's not. He's not. It's a mixture of him and, well, he do whatever he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And Baby Blue has this. He's the one that, does the most all the time.
Is it his dad?
He's the one that, does the most all the time.
Is it his dad? His dad was the manager?
Yep, his dad was the manager.
What do you mean does the most?
Like, he always over the top and, just, that's just him. You know what I'm saying?
You met Baby Blue when he was up here.
We fought the other day.
The other day?
Yeah, we did a show in Arizona. So, matter of fact, let me tell you the story.
There you go.
So, one of my homeboys, he like, I do business with him all the time. So I'm like, yo, book the group for whatever. He books the group. So Baby Blue hangs around all these other guys, and now they, street guys and whatever. You know what I'm saying? So, we go into the dressing room, he got somebody there, whatever, like all these dudes that I don't know, whatever, which should be kept separately from, you know, what we're doing behind the scenes. So we're going to an after party now. As we walking in the after party, I guess one of the guys kicked off with Slickum. So I try to intervene. So dog, he started getting some kind of way with me. And then I get out of character now. It caused a big uproar, whatever. So from that, I try to explain to him whatever. He could, like, the only thing he could say is, well, I get money with this man and this and that and that. And so fast forwarded to this show in
Arizona.
In Arizona, I'm like, yo, look, bro, just keep dog away from me. You go in your dressing room, I go in my dressing room. We still gonna work and get this money. I think even after that, he went on social media and started trying to make it seem like it was a part of Love and Hip Hop. But some crazy shit. It's like, dog, I don't play them kind of games. Like, you got a problem with me, just call me, bro. I'm not gonna do the whole social media for attention type of shit, especially when I'm promoting my single, You Change. Now they worrying about who's beefing with Baby Blue or whatever. And then on top of that, it makes the brand look bad when you're doing this. So in the middle of the show, he tried to have one of those moments, you know, me and Pleasure, not really. And
he said that in the middle of the show?
He tried to do this in the middle of the show. So now people gonna have out their phones or whatever. So then, you know, Manny and turns off his mic. It's spectacular. I'm like, no, not right here. So it's the last song. So I walk off stage. He came to my dressing room, and I just say, yo, just give me my time to get over whatever happened, whatever. Just, you know, you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing. It's cool. And then he came in my dressing room, and then we fought.
Who won?
Hold on, no. So he came in your dressing room and what? He punched you? He
said,
slapped
yo,
you?
dog, you know what I'm saying? No. Then I'm like, yo, get your man.
Who you talking to?
Baby, I'm talking to like security. I'm like, yo, get this man. You know what I'm saying? So when security come, he pushed me.
Security push you?
No, he.
I'm about to say nobody likes you on your team.
So I just caught him with a couple.
Bum, bum.
And that was it.
3 pieces in the
And then the security broke it up after that?
It wasn't really. I would like.
You just hit him and he kept it moving?
Throw him around the room. Nah.
He about Baby Blue about to get on social media today and say you lying. You ain't touch him.
I swear on my son. I'm not gonna lie, but it happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm just speaking my truth. You know what I'm saying?
3-piece?
More like 2.
2 pieces?
It was
you said boom, boom, boom. No, that's 3.
No, it was.
So did you guys fight and then make up like everything's good afterward?
After, we try to like pretty much make up on the show and all of that stuff, but you know, it's still not a genuine thing.
So what's the next show?
No, listen, were the cameras rolling during all of this?
No, it wasn't.
No Love and Hip Hop cameras.
This was
this was real then.
This was real. But what people try to do, they'll try to incorporate it in the show. You know what I'm saying? And it's that kind of thing.
What's the next show? I'm going to the next show.
I'm not really performing with them right now.
You want to go to see Drama, Envy?
Huh? Yes. Absolutely.
So we see where you and Baby Blue at. What about Slickum? Slickum is the wild, reckless one. We know
Slickum is cool, man. You know what I'm saying? He just, you know, he need a little help and guidance, and I try my best to, you know what I'm saying, do that. Like I try to do my best by everybody. It's just what's done back that I can't really keep accepting. I went to Australia and toured for a month, like maybe like 2 weeks ago. And as I'm sitting over there, I'm analyzing everything. Like, hold on, wait, you was number 1. They put out a rumor on you to, you know, because whatever the situation, they was jealous, whatever. You lost a lot of shit. You forgave them. You know what I'm saying? You put it back together. You came and you brought other things to the table. You brought Love and Hip Hop to the table. You brought, like, I didn't do what Omarion did. Yo, if you bring this one on the show, you do this one, that. I'm not doing it, signing the contract. Nah, I got an opportunity. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Let's do another album. Let's get back to work. Slick, I'm not doing too good. I think a real boss is everybody that's around you. You know what I'm saying? At least you make sure you straight. You know, or make sure everybody's straight.
Why you say you're not doing good? You on drugs? You don't got no money?
No, like he ain't got no. He'll tell you he ain't got no money. Like the situation ain't. You know, not everybody is meant to be a boss, or you know what I'm saying. So it's our job to kind of make sure, we get them on the right track and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, doing this album was more so for just let's do it. I'm good. I can tour for the rest of my life, dog. Just singing Boyfriend Number 2 and Did You Wrong, and I go around the world doing it. So I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? And I got other things I do too. So, but that's how I look at it. Like, everybody got to be straight. So it's like, let me do one last album, one last tour, and let's do it. And then the process behind it is everything that I'm talking about, which is something that I'm not happy about.
Who manages the group now?
We manage it. It's, I think we probably do need a better, like a one person type of thing if we were gonna do something. You know what I'm saying? But
so you're not happy with your management?
Somebody impartial.
No. I'm saying they like, okay, Julian got a motto, He got me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a lot of other stuff going on, but to manage Pretty Ricky, it takes a lot.
Right.
Did Spectacular do y'all social media for the last project?
He do the social media for every project.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his company, so I would hope he did that for his own group.
Yeah.
It benefits him too.
Is he good at what he does?
I think so. I think he good at the Facebook thing and things like that. Like as soon as he said I got a social media company, I let him do my Facebook. I got like 5 million, you know what I'm saying, followers. It paid me every month, but you know, I let him do that. Yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's good money at Facebook.
Little money, you know what I'm saying? I can't really talk too much because they gonna put that out in court. Yo, so in the Breakfast Club at this, you said that you make this amount of money. You said that you spent this amount of money, and
Breakfast Club interviews have come up in a lot of courtrooms.
It's up everything. So I don't post nothing. I'm chill.
Well, thank you for joining us, brother.
Pleasure P
Thanks
presents.
for having me, man.
Pleasure P, man. EP out right now.
Get the EP.
And Love and Hip Hop in January.
All of that. Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
Well, it's the Breakfast Club.
It's time for Angela Yee's Rumor Report. We're talking about G Herbo.
Listen up. This just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
But I do want to correct a mistake earlier that was actually Barbara Streisand and not Bette Midler and Meet the Fockers. Everybody's right.
Oh, so it was Barbara Streisand instead of Bette Midler.
Yeah, that was in Meet the Fuckers. Big mistake. Sorry, guys.
Well, yeah, it's okay. We all look alike to them. They all look alike to us.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry. I love you, Barbara. She's from Brooklyn. All right, now let's talk about G Herbo. Now, if you remember, G Herbo was on Lip Service, and he had some things to say about his relationship. You know, they have a newborn baby. Everybody loves to see the two of them together. And here's what he had to say when he was on Lip Service.
So my girl trying to do is fight. She crazy.
You know what? Y'all need to have a conversation because it could end up really bad. Like it could end up.
It ain't gonna end up.
No, I ain't like that. No, I'm just saying because it could be somebody else call the cops. Like anything could happen, and it could be something that escalates too much. You, sir, have to always make sure you de-escalate. But on some real y'all should probably, because you have a kid now, so it probably would be helpful for you guys to just at least work on those things because you guys love each other.
She'll get mad. She'll be yelling like with my son in her hand, like she ready to fight me already.
Well, now his child's mother is going on social media. I guess they did break up. She said, "I'm single. I'm only addressing this because you weak ass hoes effing folks, and I'm not gonna lie, it's embarrassing because y'all so weak. So I don't want y'all to think y'all effing my N-word. F at your own risk." So I guess she's like, I don't want to be embarrassed and people think we're still in a relationship. So that's the only reason I'm publicly letting y'all know that I'm single right now.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense. Wouldn't you do that? I guess if you were dating a high profile person, you would do that, right?
Right. There's sleeping with other people. I don't want people to think we're still together. She said, honestly, what's most embarrassing is the N-word out here effing hoes that look up to me.
Even if it wasn't a high profile person, if you was in school or something, you'd let everybody in the school know we ain't together no more. They can do what they want to do.
Right. Well, they have a very feisty relationship. So they have broken up and gotten back together. It feels like quite a few times. So maybe they'll work through this as well. All right, Tina Turner, a musical based on her life is coming to Broadway. And I'm, by the way, very excited about that because my mom actually used to love Tina Turner when I was growing up. So I know like every Tina Turner song. So I'll definitely be going to check that out.
I love Tina Turner, but I'm not sure we need that only because of the greatness that is What's Love Got to Do With It, one of the most classic biopics of all time. I don't know why Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne did not both win Oscars for those roles. But that, I don't know if we need that. Like,
well, wouldn't you want to turn something that classic into a Broadway play like they do all the time?
I don't know.
It deserves it, man. The songs are phenomenal. Tina Turner was a great dancer.
Listen, I love What's Love Got to Do With It, the movie, but if you watch it now, it's very triggering. Like, I'll be cringing, like, God damn, Mike, no, man. So I don't know if I want to see that on. They probably
but
won't
it's
show
really
that part
what
of it on
happened.
I don't know. We'll see.
All right. And let's talk about Nicki Minaj. She's starting her own merch line. Now, the other day, we took a picture at the iHeartRadio Festival, and shout out to Mike Kaiser. He had on his Cardi B merch, and is a picture of her with a knot on her head from the Fashion Week party where her and Nicki Minaj, I guess she threw a shoe at Nicki, and then somehow she got elbowed in the head. She has her own merch coming. Well, it looks like Nicki Minaj has hers as well. She posted a picture of a bag and it says, "Nicki, stop my bag." So that's her way, I guess, of throwing some shade back at Cardi because Cardi's claiming that Nicki Minaj was trying to stop her bag.
I don't know if Nicki stopped her bag, but the police definitely investigated Cardi over what Nicki Minaj said on Queen Radio. So is she gonna get a bag that says, "Hi, I'm an informant"?
Whoa. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well, damn.
If you see something, say something. What is she gonna do? Like, what's she gonna do next?
All right, and shout out to T.I. Let's not forget his album Dime Trap is out today, so make sure y'all go cop that. Also, Dave East and Styles P, their beloved album joint project is out today as well. And I think Ghostface has an album out today also.
Well, you know Ghostface Killah is my favorite MC of all time.
The Lost Tapes.
T.I. is one of my top 7 favorite MCs of all time. And I rock with Styles and Dave East, so I got some good gym music for the weekend.
Yes, you put Styles P definitely above Mace. On
It's
Bad
not
Boy.
it's not even close.
I know. Sorry, I just had to bring it up again. All right, well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
Yes, and DJ Envy is coming up with the People's Choice Mix. I would tell y'all the phone number and have y'all call in to request a song, but why would I lie to y'all?
Well, don't do that. You know, DJ Envy is nominated for a BET Hip Hop Award, and that's going down this weekend in Miami. So a lot of people, I'm in Atlanta right now, are actually leaving Atlanta to go to Miami for the BET Hip Hop Awards, and DJ Envy's nominated for DJ of the Year.
Very true. Well, DJ Envy's People's Choice Mix is coming up next. It's The Breakfast Club.